Woke up to the sound of a freight train cry, rust on the rails and clouds in the sky. Every mile takes a piece of me. Leaving home was my destiny. Dust on my boots and fire in my chest. Nowhere to run, no place to rest. The wind keeps humming that same old tune underneath this blood-red moon. Dust road calling, won't let me be, carving its story deep into me. Every bend leads to another pain, but I keep walking just the same. Scars away. The river just carries yesterday, but the blues will hold my hand tonight until the dawn brings back the fight.
We think that Charlie Kirk just got shot in the neck. Ay, ooh, ah.
I'm not saying she deserved it, but I'm saying God's timing is always right.
Yo, they got Charlie Kirk, bro. I've never been happier.
Never believe the reason I'm smiling. And it has nothing to do with Charlie Kirk. Nothing to do with...
I would say pour one out for Kirky boy, but I don't waste good beer on little bitches.
Rest in peace, bozo!
Charlie Kirk just got put down like a fucking dog in Utah.
I do not, and I will not, ever feel bad when bad people get what the fuck they deserve.
All the animals come out at night. Whores, skunk pussies, buggers, queens, fairies, dopers, junkies. Sick, venal. Someday a real rain will come and wash all this scum off the streets.
We're currently investigating a complaint involving alleged comments made by a Mariposa County High School staff member. Over in Tulare County, a College of Sequoia student took this video.
Yeah, I hope every one of his family dies, and their children, and their grandchildren, and their grandchildren, and their grandchildren to eternity.
The student, who wants to remain anonymous, says prior to pulling out her phone, the teacher told the biology class that he watched the assassination of Kirk on loop for an hour.
I just was very disgusted. I couldn't even stay in the class. I walked out and I was just brought to tears because as someone that watched the video and saw how terrible it was, it just made me so uncomfortable to see that someone could say something like that.
She says this isn't the first time he shared his political view in class. The College of Sequoia sent us a statement saying the part-time faculty member was placed on administrative leave and a full-time employee has taken over the course.
I just heard that someone shot Charlie Kirk? Thoughts and prayers.
Oh no, someone shot Charlie Kirk. Look, I don't know who needs to hear this today, but that's how you pick up a woman.
Homie dead. Fuck your homie dead. Fuck your homie dead. He got shot in the head.
We got Charlie in the neck. We got Charlie in the neck.
I heard someone got shot today. I had a tummy ache this morning. Stay alive out there.
Disgusting. The sympathy for Charlie Kirk is weird. You don't have to like violence, but I'm confused as to how you thought the revolution was going to be magically bloodless.
I've been saying we need to bring back political assassinations. I don't feel bad, and I don't think that everyone deserves the right to free speech. I think some people should be afraid to express their opinion in public.
I didn't like what he said, and I didn't like his opinions, and I don't really give a shit that he's dead.
The best part of this whole goddamn thing is that he is not martyr material, so his death will mean nothing. It will activate no one. It will impact few. It's just great.
We had a moral obligation to fight for freedom. And as long as there is a breath in our bodies, we must fight. By encountering Charlie, we met a true freedom fighter. Today, there is no doubt that Charlie Kirk fought for freedom with the last breath in his body. Thank you, Charlie Kirk. And thank you to everyone who will not stop fighting, to all who will meet the challenge Charlie gave us. Thank you.
There are a lot of people that are like, no matter what side of politics you're on, you should never celebrate something bad happening to someone. I, on the other hand, do cheer when bad things happen to bad people.
Do not be too eager to deal out death and judgment. Even the very wise cannot see all ends.
Because it's judgment that defeats us.
You wonder ever you're a bad man?
No, I don't wonder, Marty. World needs bad men. We keep the other bad men from the door.
strength to be what I was. And forgive me for what I am.
Charlie Kirk just got shot.
I saw the video before they even put out the confirmation. There was no chance that he made it through that. This wasn't the one we were hoping for, but a welcome surprise nonetheless.
I'm surprised that y'all didn't get rid of him sooner. And I'm surprised that you guys aren't getting rid of more people. Like, don't stop with him. Don't let him be the end dog. Get rid of them all. His wife deserves to go too. Y'all keep on talking about his wife and kids. They need to go too because they're carrying on that mentality and that lineage. Like, get rid of the whole family. I'm so sorry. Why did you guys stop with him?
Because there's a conflict in every human heart between the rational and the irrational, between good and evil. And good does not always triumph. Sometimes the dark side overcomes what Lincoln called the better angels of our nature.
I hate them. I do hate them.
You know, to the Charlie Kirk family. Did you see all that that came out of his body? It was like, to every Zionist, every Christian Zionist, may you be just like that shop that all his followers, just like the shop that I'm not saying that isn't the way, so don't misconstrue my words, okay? Did you see all that? That dude's there is a God.
We're not gonna watch this, are we? This son of a bitch, he wouldn't know God if he crawled up his pant leg and bit him on the pecker. Change the damn channel.
We're gonna see how far we can push it. Not only will we be insensitive, that'll be the least of your worries. Gonna be the biggest fucking celebration, the biggest, most beautiful celebration on planet Earth, right now. The entire planet is gonna celebrate.
There were thousands of videos like that. Some of these people posting with their full names and faces, with hundreds and thousands of likes. Thousands of tweets celebrating it, with 500,000 likes. And it's important to remember that all of those likes are a real person. Millions of people in this country apparently believe the acceptable response to speech they don't like is murder. This wasn't just a bunch of fringe blue hair SJWs or whatever. They were teachers, professors, doctors, HR workers, healthcare workers, nurses, pediatricians, people who work with kids, people's classmates, roommates. They are teachers showing our children the gory, horrifying video of Charlie's murder on repeat. What? The smug, unearned confidence these people have to be openly sociopathic with their full name and face because they live under the pathetic delusion of being on the right side of history.
As if they are the only ones who are standing up for what is right, instead of challenging ourselves by keeping an open mind. We prefer to be among like-minded people. The tribal mind, it seems, much like ancient times, is still very much present in everyday life, and the us versus them mentality has never been more clear, and its presence has never been more imminent.
אני לא הייתי ער לעוצמת השסע והשנאה, לפערים שיש בינינו.
This is not a left or a right problem. It's a human problem.
Clearly you're not uniting by using
well, we
it
are.
like this, are you?
Like what? How are we using it? How are we using it? Excuse me, how are we using it?
You're an angry little woman.
How are we abusing it? Explain. Have a conversation.
Because you're using it to spread hate.
No, we're not.
Yes, you are.
No, we're not.
You like to think.
You are spreading hate.
You are the one that spreads the hate.
We're not spreading hate. You are. Right, we're going to put one right outside your house. My God, she was angry.
Hold on, it's coming up hard. Walk up. Are you all right, mate?
Silly little bitch. Sorry. My God, she was angry.
My country's flag is once again. Make sure.
That's right, I'm recording her.
No, that's
Here she comes again.
That on an island, love.
Hey! Hey!
Here we go. Go on, take your time, love. We've got no argument with you.
So you can play this.
It's fine, you're allowed to record, it's
We've
public.
got no animosity whatsoever, darling.
This is spreading love.
Hello. We've got no.
Yes, Adam! Yes, Adam!
You look this, because I do.
I love my country! I love my flag! And I will fly it! I will fly it wherever I want to! Because I love my flag!
Speaking as somebody who's represented their country, I hate.
So was my dad. So then you should be ashamed of yourself. This flag represents Christianity, and you should be ashamed. You can never trust a lefty with your kids. You can never trust a lefty with your kids. You can never trust a lefty. Never trust a lefty. Never trust a lefty with your kids.
The mind, what should be our greatest strength, is in ruins. And the worst part is that many have gotten used to this state. They accept decay as if it were progress. They call decadence freedom. This is the era of filth. And if you don't realize what's happening, you will also sink with it without even noticing. We live in a sick era. It's not an economic crisis, not a visible war. It's an invisible epidemic that starts in the mind and rots everything around it. People who spend hours scrolling a screen, consuming trash, applauding clowns, idolizing idiots. That is what is happening. A silent, deep, collective collapse. The mind, which for centuries was our most powerful weapon, is now being dulled by useless stimuli, by distractions that only serve to keep the soul asleep. No one studies anymore. No one goes deep. Thinking has become an offense. Silence has become uncomfortable. Reflection is for old people. Today, any thought that requires effort is discarded. Everything must be fast, easy, pre-chewed. What goes viral is not what elevates, it's what degrades. And the scariest thing is that people applaud this. They love the filth. They consume their own decay with pleasure. This is the generation of the melted brain, the I don't care, the it's just a video, it's just a trend, it's just a joke. But these little things are shaping an entire culture. And rotten culture creates rotten people. The worst part is that many think this is normal, funny, call it freedom, authenticity. The masses are rotting from within, and not only do they not realize it, they mock those who try to warn them. We live in the era of the cult of filth. The mind has collapsed, the soul has been sold, and what remains? This pathetic spectacle of people shouting for attention while drowning in their own irrelevance. But if you still feel discomfort with all this, if there's still something inside you that refuses this rot, then maybe you're part of the minority that can still be saved and perhaps rescue others. We have never had so much information and so little wisdom. We have never been so connected and so lost. We have never talked so much and said so little. Nietzsche warned, madness is rare in individuals, but in groups, parties, peoples, and eras, it is the rule. And that is exactly it. What was once an exception has become the rule. What was absurd is now normal. Today, stupidity is celebrated as authenticity. Vulgarity became content. Ignorance became a stance. The masses consume trash and call it culture, but it is not culture. It is conditioning. And meanwhile, intelligence withers. People who think deeply are called arrogant, complicated, disconnected from reality. Critical thinking bothers because it demands effort, silence, pause. And in this era of constant noise and infinite feeds, thinking has become an almost revolutionary act.
But plenty of liberals also want to abuse history to control the present. And last month, a scholar named James Sweet caught hell for calling them out for doing just that. He criticized a phenomenon known as presentism, which means judging everyone in the past by the standards of the present. It's the belief that people who lived 100 or 500 or 1,000 years ago really should have known better.
The gods themselves do not understand this.
Oh, but you understand what the gods are saying.
Yes! They're saying enough! Enough!
Did Columbus commit atrocities? Of course. But people back then were generally atrocious. But people back then were generally atrocious.
Why is it more socially acceptable for women to hate men than it is for men to hate women?
Because men are the devil.
Because men are trash.
Bitch! Fuck the white people!
Sound like a racist.
I am a racist. Fuck white people. Fuck white people!
Coming and trying
I'm
to
a black animal, nigga!
Don't say anything else, okay? Keep your mouth shut.
Well,
I mean, don't say one fucking word, okay?
She keeps trying to go on the side. We're the Get my white ass! Get my white ass, bitch!
And this is what we're dealing with today.
But people back then were generally atrocious.
That's sissy talk. Never talk like that in the stabbing wagon.
Why are the men of today expected to pay for the sins of the men of the past?
because they still keep making the same mistakes.
I guess we got nothing to say to each other.
From the very beginning of your studies, you establish your resolve and consider even the everyday things you hear and see as vessels of training your mind. In the past, people were serious, and their resolution was absolutely sincere. They worked soundly on technique and were neither daunted nor lazy. Such men believed what their teachers passed on to them, and they made great efforts day and night. They tested their techniques, spoke with their friends about their doubts, mastered what they had studied, and awakened themselves to principles. For this reason, what they acquired penetrated deeply within them. Nowadays, people are shallow, and their resolution is not in earnest. They dislike the strenuous and love the easy from the time they are young. When they see something vaguely clever, they want to learn it right away. But if taught in the manner of the old ways, they think it is not worth learning. In this way, the men of old are considered inadequate, and mastery becomes watered down. The students now only make efforts in things that might have them climb to new heights. This is the spirit of the times. Because this is a small and somewhat private channel, I can do and say whatever I want. But it's up to me to use that freedom in a way that benefits everyone.
And that it's worth fighting for, it's worth defending, it's worth preserving, and it's worth passing on to the next generation. This was the mission and the work of Charlie Kirk. And a couple things that stand out about him. He led this movement, but he did so with incredible knowledge. It's unbelievable how much he knew. He came to me very recently. He said some quote. I said, who said that? He said, Marcus Aurelius. I said, what district does he represent? I kind of knew who it was, but he said back, no, it's a Roman, philosopher king or emperor. His incredible knowledge. Let me tell you that one of the last messages I had with him was just a few days before his passing, where he wrote me from overseas, I'm in South Korea. I have many concerns I want to share with you when I get back. He was constantly expanding his horizons, but he just didn't have knowledge. He had wisdom, an uncanny amount of wisdom for a man as young as he was. Wisdom that sometimes it takes a lifetime to accumulate. He had it in just 31 years. Time and again, he sought to engage those he disagreed with because he understood that we were not created to isolate ourselves from one another, but to engage. The irony in all this is that what our nation needs, one of the many things it needs, is the ability to discuss our differences openly, honestly, peacefully, respectfully. And Charlie Kirk did that more than anyone alive in America today is doing.
Yo soy un hombre sincero. ¿De dónde crece la palma? Y antes de morir me quiero echar mis versos del alma. Yo vengo de todas partes y hacia todas partes voy. Arte soy entre las artes y en los montes, montes soy. Todo es hermoso y constante. Todo es música y razón. Y todo como el diamante, antes que luz, es carbón. Con los pobres de la tierra, quiero yo mi suerte echar. El arroyo de la sierra me complace más que el mar. Yo quiero cuando me muera, sin patria, pero sin amo, tener en mi losa un ramo de flores y una bandera.
Cultivo una rosa blanca, en julio como en enero, para el amigo sincero que me da su mano franca, y para el cruel que me arranca el corazón con que vivo, cardo y oruga cultivo.